If you want to create some Java Hello World examples in Eclipse, the first thing you'll want to do is create a new Java project. So I'm going to go to File, New. I'm going to look for the option to create a Java project. If you can't find it there, you can always click Other, and you'll see Java project is right there at the top. I'm going to call it Hello World Examples. I'm going to click the Next button, and I'm going to deselect the Create Module Info Java file. I don't need to get worried about modules right now. When the project opens up, you'll see an SRC folder where you want to put all your source code. So I'm going to create a new Java class, and I'll put it in the package com.examples.helloworld, and I'll create a new class called Hello World. Click Finish over here. You've got the basic class, public class Hello World, the package declaration. We're going to need a main method. This is public static void main string args. This is a static method. It sticks to your clothes when you pull it out of the dryer. And in here, we just want to do some console output. So that's system with an uppercase S, out.print. Then hello world, maybe with a little exclamation mark. Couldn't get easier than that. If you want to run it, you just right click, run as a Java application. And when this runs, you see hello world right down there. Now, I don't like console output. I'm more of a visual learner. So I always like to maybe use some desktop Java tools to do hello world. So I'm going to create a new class here. I'm actually going to click on the public static void main option here, so I don't have to type it out again, and I'll call it swing into hello world. And I'm going to use one of the desktop APIs from Spring. I'm going to import that. So you're going to do import javax.swing.star. So I'm going to do a little import there, and I'm going to use something called the J option pane. So I'm going to go J option. Remember, everything's case sensitive. J option pane, and it really isn't a pane. It's actually pretty easy to do. And with this J option pane, I'm going to say show. Well, the easiest one to use is show input dialog box, and just say hello world. Now this can be used to get input from a user, although I'm not going to get input from the user. I'm just going to ignore the ability to type some input in. Click Save here. Again, make sure that you got your double quotes all lined up, your brackets lined up. Everything is case sensitive, very sensitive about its case in Java. And with this saved, Control S, you can say run as a Java application. And you'll get a little hello world there. It's even an input dialog box. If you want to add input, it can hold that as a variable, but I'm not going to do that right now. So I like that. It just gives you the idea that, yeah, you can write, desktop applications in Java, even with a little Java hello world example. Now, the last thing that you might want to do is, it's kind of fun. Sometimes people will say, how can you do hello world without even adding in a main method? And you can do this. There's something in Java where it says a static code block will run before a main method. So if you actually move your system out or something like that into that static code block there, you can actually have a method that Java class that has nothing in the Java main method at all. But since you've got some code in this static block, it'll actually run. So sometimes you can do this to annoy your college professors and say, hey, I can create a hello world program in Java and I don't even have to code it in the main method. Just put it in that little static code block and it'll work. Now that's a trick. That's a little bit of a cheat. In fact, before Java 1.7, you actually didn't even need the main method and it would run. So you could actually say, hey, I can create a main method without even I can create a hello world Java program example without even using a main method. Now you actually have to have a main method 1.7 and newer. You'll notice if I say run as, I don't have the option to run as a Java program when the main method is missing. But if I put it back in there, even just kind of, make the brackets empty, I can, once again, run as a Java application. And there you go. That's 3 different ways to write a Java Hello World example in Eclipse.